celebrate the Obama victory, a historic feat in which our nation elected our first African-American president. We are also here in order to speak out against some of the things that have happened on campus shortly before and after the election. There were a number of students at the NAACP meeting on Sunday, November 9th, who identified as conservatives and/or Republicans, liberals and/or Democrats, African American, white, Latino, Middle Eastern, homosexual, and heterosexual, who were concerned, if not simply curious, about some of the things that have been going on campus and within the greater Lafayette. I must take a moment to emphasize that this rally, gathering, is bigger than race. It is about creating a safe space for all Purdue students, faculty, and staff, regardless of race, class, sexual orientation, gender, or handicap. This is about solidarity.
Hey! My name is Heidi, and I'm a student here. I walk by this tree 2, 3, 4 times a week. But today I stand before you as a mother. I have a 4-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter, Black. Okay, and I want to share with you today some dialogue I had between me and my son. When he was just 3 years old, just a month ago, I realized that my son knew the difference between white and black, something I did not have the privilege as a mother to give to him. We were watching TV and he said, "Mommy, look at that white girl on TV." And I said, "How do you know she's white?" And he said, "Because she is." And so I said, "Well, what color are you?" And he said, "I'm brown." And I said, "Yes, and some people will refer to you as black." And in my shock and unpreparedness, I let the conversation go. Fast forward to a week ago, election night. As he was going to the bathroom, awakening out of his sleep, my son came into my room where he watched me crying and asked me, "Mommy, is Barack Obama the first black president?" And I said, "Yes, he is."
He is.
Yes, he is. Okay, this is my 4-year-old child. All right, now some people might be under the illusion that now that Obama has taken the presidency, those conversations between me and my children, you and your children, might cease to exist. There will be no need to discuss these matters with our children because there are no race problems anymore. Holler if you know that they are wrong.
Basically, we came here to tell our story. And besides the newspaper article yesterday, this is the first time we've had a chance in a public venue to tell our story and what happened to us.
Yeah. During the 05-06 school year, I came to find very quickly in that position that one of the informal jobs of the Queer Student Union was to respond to calls from the residence halls when queer students experienced vandalism, intimidation, and violence from their floor mates and roommates. They were calling the Queer Student Union a student organization, a primarily undergrad organization, first, number one, because they felt, like many people of color, Muslims, immigrants, and others in the United States, that the police would not protect them, and unfortunately this was confirmed when we called the police. Number two, because there is no staff person, office, or cultural center at the university that deals with queer issues. In that same year, I found myself in Martin Jischke's office, the then president of the university, sitting with 3 other Queer Student Union members, asking for gender identity to be added to the non-discrimination policy as a protected class. We did this because faculty and students had left the university feeling unsafe as transgender people here, and because we had students complaining of the same thing at that time. Even given ample quantitative and qualitative data to support that there was systematic discrimination and violence against queer people and transgender students at this university, President Jischke's response, which he said directly to the transgender person in that room, was the following, quote, "To me, Purdue is safe. I can't do anything if you feel unsafe here," end quote.
My name is Suhasini Sana. I'm a junior at trainer, and I'm from the Ally Association, and I thought this rally was a very good idea for bringing everybody together for one cause, that discrimination is definitely, we have zero tolerance for this, and especially coming from my country, I know how bad discrimination can be, and it's a very good step towards it. Thank you.
I was very encouraged by the speakers who spoke about the wonderful election we just held and the major strides the country has taken. And I'm not sure if they mentioned it, but you know, students were a major part of that. They really turned Tippecanoe County and Indiana blue. There were a lot of students who were very active in support of President-elect Obama. And many of them are just as upset about what's happened here as our minority students. And this particular rally, I think, was also very encouraging because it had people of all races coming here to support the concept to celebrate the victory of diversity, and also to address the fact that we still have further to go. And I'd also like to point out that it was our president who was one of the first who stepped up and said that the university and all of us should be outraged by what's happening. Well, the university for many years has been working to address these issues. We do surveys of campus climate. We just recently received an NSF grant and our president worked to help receive that. She was one of the chief investigators. In order to be able to create a model here at Purdue for being inclusive for women, especially women of color, to get them into our faculty and help create the kind of climate that will help them succeed. And then to take that model that we develop here and spread it across the country. The other thing that we also should keep in mind is that our strategic plan, one of the focal points of the strategic plan is diversity. Our president is very committed to it.